While watching The Ice Blade Magician Rules Over the World a while back, I decided to entertain myself by reading the episode titles, as one does. It's like reading the dictionary for fun, or counting all the floor tiles in your apartment. Very typical, completely normal behavior. That's when I noticed one of the titles wasn't like the others. It didn't fit in. An imposter among friends. A female. Calm down, guys. Women aren't that terrifying. It's possible some are even watching this video along with you. Guys, hello? Is anyone still here? Getting back on track, I started to think about what other shows do this, and why. The Ice Blade Magician does have a reason for the change, but it's not a significant one. Knowing the name doesn't spoil the episode. If anything, it's just a red herring. I thought things were going in a completely different direction than they ended up going, just trying to trick the diligent. It's a low blow. Really, the entire episode kind of feels like filler. It's a funny break from the episodes around it, but skipping it would barely impact the broader show. That's not always the case, like More Than a Married Couple but Not Lovers, where most of the episode titles follow the main title structure. More than this one thing, but not quite this other thing, there are a lot of qualifiers. Uncertainty, mirroring the attitudes of the main characters. It's about two teenagers at a crossroads in their lives, people from very different social circles, forced together by circumstance. And then we get a break in the pattern. I won't reveal the actual title, as it's a minor spoiler for the show, but I'd recommend looking it up if you've seen the anime. It's pretty illuminating. Soul Eater does something similar by writing out every title as a question. Only the last title breaks that pattern. The inherent uncertainty of any journey culminates at this point in a final, exuberant statement. A lot of titles are more intentional than you might realize. There's thought beyond merely making the episodes easier to sift through. Not always, though. I remember seeing the episode 11 title of Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun and thinking way too much about it. Let's rice? What does that mean? Is it a translation issue? A puzzle for me to solve? It has to mean something, right? Tell me. Maybe rice can also be a verb in the right context. I know Gohan can mean both rice and meal, so that's a possibility. Unless it can't be used as a verb. You'd think I'd look this up given how much thought I've put into it, but you'd be wrong. I rarely do research. Then we've got episode titles that stand out because, well, they don't stand out. Confused? Good. That's why I said it. Probably one of my more endearing qualities. What I'm talking about are episode titles that take on the actual anime's title as their own. They generally signal the part is what everything has been building towards, so naturally they tend to be the very last episode. Akame ga Kill, or Akame Kills, is one such example, and it's a good thing they clarify this at the very end, because I'm sure most didn't see any of this coming. If just the show had the name, I might have assumed they were pulling my leg about all the murdery stuff. It's not like she kills several people in the opening episode. She's such a peaceful, non-violent character. Look at how calm and relaxed she is. And Air? What an amazing title. It's so specific, just like all the other titles in this anime. Truly insightful. It's the answer to the riddle Ryuko Yanagi poses in episode 1 of Baki.
Out of all the gases on the planet Earth, what's the most poisonous?
The answer is this.
All jokes aside, it can certainly be a useful tool to wrap things up, signifying that this is it. The last episode, the full, conclusive story. Golden Time uses this approach well. So does The Hero is Overpowered, but Overly Cautious. The Rising of the Shield Hero, Toradora. That episode title even includes the title's signature exclamation mark, signifying a step forward in this slice-of-life anime's storyline, from the trivial challenges of high school life to our first steps out into adulthood. But sometimes it's deeper, more ambiguous, by which I mean I have no idea why it's being used. The episode title and the anime title are the same for no obvious reason. Take Gabriel Dropout. It uses its main title for the last episode, but the anime could and probably was meant to continue. Frankly, the title doesn't even make sense for the episode. Gabriel isn't dropping out of anything. It's closer to being the opposite of true. Or is it Gabrielle Dropout? Not how it's written, but it seems closer to how it's said in Japanese. And the parallel isn't always confined to the last episode. Sometimes it's randomly in the middle, like Eden of the East. I'll be honest here. I barely remember anything about this show. I think I was in middle school when I watched it. Pretty sure my brain was still only half developed at that time. My point is, the significance of this mid-series title might not be that mysterious if I rewatched it. That's just a lot of work for a video that, based on prior episode title-related videos I've made in the past, will play to a very small audience. Nothing wrong with that, but we title fans are certainly a very niche group. Let me know in the comments if anyone knows why Eden of the East uses that title for a mid-season episode, or really if you've got any other interesting examples. I'm sure there are tons of them out there. Until next time, peace.